Let me do that real quickly.
Instead of
All right,
just
everybody, get ready to smile, look at the camera. And actually I need to expand it. All right. Look at the camera, smile. 1, 2, 3. And one more for luck. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to admit our friends. All this has been recorded forever on Facebook, which would be kind of funny. Susie, if I make you co-host, can you let people in, please? Great. All right, welcome everybody. Good to see all of you. You know the story. Let us know where you're from and geographic. We've got a great show. It's going to be really, really fun tonight. And let's get this show on the road.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Welcome everybody to the Awakening World Saturday night edition. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and we've got a great show tonight. We're going to have so much good music, some of it live, some of it pre-recorded, with some of our absolute favorite musical artists. So get ready for a great evening. I want to welcome everybody that's in our Zoom room. I see a lot of our regular friends are with us, and we've got some new friends with us as well. We always love to know where people are from geographically. So pop on into the chat box where you're from geographically, and a big hello to Laura and Michael and Carol and Eleanor and Mark and Atira and Scotty and Leaf and Dr. Laura and all of our regular friends that are with us. I also want to welcome those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you to John and Summer Raymer with the Sign Network. They get us out to as many as 100 Facebook groups and pages, including our friends on Unify. Now, I'm going to be periodically checking to see comments on what people have to say, especially on Unify. But it's really easiest if you come on into the Zoom room with us. And it's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com. globalpeacetribe.com. In fact, I'll put that behind myself in a moment. And if you go to globalpeacetribe.com, you can register. It's really easy. Just click where it says register, and it takes about a minute. And what will happen is when you register, you're going to get the links to all of our shows for Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday mornings. Yep. We do 3 shows every weekend, and you're going to get the links to all of those shows by registering. And then you get to come into the Zoom room. And when you're in the Zoom room, it's much easier for us to chat with you, to connect with you. And you're going to want to be able to chat with us tonight because we've got some really, really fun people with us. Most of all, I get to co-host with one of my favorite people. I met her originally on Saturday Night Live, and there she is, getting things organized with her partner there, Chad. Hello, Johanna.
Hi, Scott. It's great to be here with you tonight.
Now, Johanna is, most of you know her because she's one of our favorite musical artists. She's played music many, many times. But being a great musical artist was not enough. She decided that it's really important to gather her dear friends together for a festival. And she and her partner, Kenneth, and you're going to meet Kenneth in a moment, have actually done this incredible thing of creating the Bhakti reunion. Wow. Absolutely amazing. And I'm going to bring Kenneth on in a moment. But first off, Johanna, as my co-host for tonight, what started this? What led you to go to the incredible work of creating the BhaktiLove reunion?
Well, what happened was after so many years on the road and as a musician, we kind of weave in and out of these festivals and see these other musicians that become our family, year after year. And Bhakti Fest is no longer after the pandemic that I knew of. Like, there's no big events happening, no, as far as focused on chant music and yoga, which has been my specific focus for many years. And I was touring the festival circuit post-pandemic, noticing lots of electronic dance music, or EDM, and lots of, kind of really less family-friendly festivals and more kind of rave feelings. And for me, I wanted to co-create with the universe a more family-friendly opportunity to gather. And I have produced some festivals and offerings online and also in person. I had Shakti United Festival that did kind of a national sweep in 2017, and Donna and I were, it just really kind of felt that it was my dharma to bring people together. And it wasn't just music. I would be touring and picking up bands of my friends and then doing double bills or triple bills, and they were kind of mini festivals, And so I ran into Kenneth at one of these beautiful festivals on this sacred land, but it was a lot of electronic music and DJs, and I just kept feeling the heart of the mother in this land and thinking, bhakti, bhakti, chant, yoga, awakening, a new world awakening. How can we serve that? Because it was really close to, like the pandemic stuff was still kind of happening and people were just starting to gather. And I kept running into Kenneth at this festival and saying, yo, Kenneth, you co-founded Bhakti, another Bhakti festival some years ago. What do you think, bro? There's sacred land, there's stream, there's microclimates everywhere. Is it just screaming Bhakti? And here he is. What did you say, Kenneth?
Well, yeah, I said, sure, we have to do it, but we had to find the perfect location first. So I said no for a long time until we found the perfect location.
Oh, yes, we did keep seeing
Right?
each other at other festivals. You're right. We saw each other at 3 other festivals that were not the right location and talked about it. Thank you for
Right.
reminding me.
Right.
Yeah, so this land is owned by the Purium man, and so that's the product is kind of important for wellness and health in our communities. A lot of us are already using it, and so ethically it felt like the right choice. There's native blood and energy in this land, and a sweat lodge, lots of cultivated spirituality on this land. So that was the draw for me. What about you, Kenneth?
Yeah, correct. And it's also cool because it's right between San Francisco and LA. So for our people up north, it's actually fantastic.
Yeah, it has been really exciting to be able to be like, yo, San Francisco, come, and they aren't driving, 10 hours to get, or
Right.
8, it's an easy freeway trip. So yeah, and it's actually, this particular land is interesting to me because I was out really close to there at some free public hot springs that are about 30 minutes from that land when the pandemic hit for a whole month. So I was enjoying these free public hot springs with mineral content and really immersing myself in that. And while I was there, I created a music video that I included Krishna Das and Girish and Ragini, 24 Bhakti artists internationally, including an original teacher, Sri Shakti Amma in India. And that was an incredible experience. So I just wanted to continue to bring the Bhakti family together. That was when we were all alone in our homes. I was like, yo, KD, you want to pop on this, and then I like did the audio editing and, so for me, it really does feel like a form of service, seva, to co-create. And thank you, Kenneth, for having a similar vision of bringing that love, that heart and devotion, a safe space for families to gather and be in that and practice these sacred rituals that are going to help us heal after such a time.
Beautiful. I'm muting you, Kenneth, just because we're getting a lot of noise, unfortunately, when you're unmuted.
But we can
thank
see
you,
your pretty
Kenneth.
face.
Yeah, absolutely. Johanna will speak for you, but we'll see the beauty of Kenneth. And thank you. Honestly, putting on a festival like this is an unbelievable thing. So I really want to encourage all of our Global Peace Tribe friends and everybody watching to come, if at all possible. And it's September 15th to the 18th. It's in Central California. And all the details that you need are at BhaktiLove.com. And we're going to go back to this website several times today. I'm putting it into the Zoom room. And I do want to acknowledge that we've got people from all over the world watching right now. We've got Dorina down in Ecuador, people all over California, northern part of the northeast part of the United States. And I'm looking down at Unify, and we've got people from Rhode Island, Georgia, Austria, Switzerland. So people watching from all over the world. It truly is Global Peace Tribe. Now, what makes a festival like this so wonderful is the people. And obviously, as we see with Johanna, as we see with Kenneth, very cool Global Peace Tribe type people and amazing musical artists. And I'm really delighted because tonight we're going to have some of my favorite musical artists with us, starting with Donna De Lory. So I'm going to put the focus on Donna and give you a chance, Johanna, to just introduce and tell us about your experience of Donna.
Wonderful. Well, I don't have Donna's bio in front of me, but I know I've read it numerous times because she's a huge inspiration to me and so many other practitioners of this bhakti yoga path, as well as just singers. She's had a deep history as a professional, internationally renowned singer of sacred music and devotional music, as well as pop music. And she holds a really beautiful space in this community as a pro-level musician who has maintained a deep sense of connection with spirit, with heart, with humility. And so I really honor that practice and that balance that Donna explores and really cultivates within her professional context. I know tonight that she had a little bit of a meltdown with her studio, like she lives in Topanga Canyon, gorgeous. That's where I stay, where I'm near LA, but we've lost our internet there as well. So Donna, thank you for being here and for making it a priority and showing up pro always.
Of course. It's so funny, you guys. I was like swimming in the pool. I had it all timed perfectly. I was like, because it's a really hot day here. And I ran it. Our guest house is up the hill where the studio is. So many times, I go up and down the steep hill. Every time I have a session, there's always like something, go make a cup of tea, go back up, up and down. So I got up there. I finally got all my stuff set up there. I was like, okay, no dogs, no kids. It's like just my space now. And my internet wasn't working. So I hauled it back down just in time.
Well, Donna, I heard your new single. I think a DJ someone had you cover "Running Up That Hill." So that went through my head.
Oh yeah.
Right? I just heard that recently. So when you were saying that, I heard your voice singing this gorgeous.
Where did you hear that?
On Spotify. It was just I listen to a lot of release radar, so I want to hear what my friends are up to currently, what we're releasing, and support each other, by giving you plays. So it popped up just because I enjoy your music and people have us in a similar genre category. So
yeah, I love that song by Kate Bush, and I have like a real personal history with the song from the 80s and everything, from when I first moved out and got my first apartment and everything. And DJ came to me and asked me if I would do the vocal on that, a guy named Resounder. Wow. And then there's a version that I got to release. Sometimes when you do a collaboration, you have to agree on, okay, I get to release one version, you release the other version, you know?
Yeah.
So I released my version on a remix album from Here in Heaven. And then this Stranger Things happened where the song went #1, and Kate Bush is the oldest, I guess the oldest female artist to have a #1 hit, right?
Wow.
So it was #1 in the world from that show. And then I called up this DJ. I'm like, you better release your mix of this now. Like, now's the time.
Yeah.
So then he recently released his mix, which is a lot more clubby, you know. And I love it. I love it all. I just love music. It's my spiritual practice, you know. It's a big part of it's what inspires me. And I love, as you know, and as you said, I so appreciate that introduction. It's really thank you so much. I feel honored to be doing this event with you as well. And I can tell, like, if we lived in the same town, we'd be hanging all the time, you know?
Girl, every time we get into it, it's beautiful. So let's do more.
I know. It's so beautiful. And I'll be at Corvallis. I'll be coming there. I'll be coming through because my daughter's going to school
Well, we
in Portland.
just hosted our friend Jaya Lakshmi last night at my church here. So let's collaborate on an event.
Let's do it. How's everyone feeling?
Amazing.
We got a lot of people, Donna, who are so excited to be seeing you. And
can everyone wave? Let's send the energy back.
We'll go to gallery view. People are a little bit shy, but there we go. There we're on gallery view. We can see some of our friends turning on their cameras.
So I hope you guys, I hope you hear this loud and clear. I didn't really warm up, but sometimes, you know, music, it's like it's the tool for us. You just start playing the music and drop in. This piece, I didn't plan on what I was going to do, but at soundcheck, I was like, oh, this would be great. This is a song that I recorded called In the Sun. And I just loved the mantra. The mantra was, may God's love be with you always. And I would, you know, when I sang the song, I didn't write the song. It was written by an artist named Joseph Arthur. And I never got to ask him what he wrote it about, but to me it was about forgiveness and compassion. So I ended up chanting, as I do many times in English songs. That's how I started doing mantra. I put the mantras in the middle of the songs, you know. And way back when, I was like playing clubs and bars and singing like Ganapati Om in the middle of a song. But now it's, you know, I've gone way further down the devotional path, and this is a song called In the Sun / Omani Padme Hum. I picture you in the sun, wondering what went wrong, and falling down on your knees, asking for sympathy, and being caught in between all you wished for and all you seen. Picture you fast asleep, nightmare comes, but you can't keep away. May God's love be with you always. May God's love be with you. I know I would apologize if I could see in your eyes, 'cause when you showed me myself, you know, I became someone else. I was caught in between all you wished for and all you need. Picture you fast asleep, nightmare comes, you can't keep away.
May God's love be with you always. May God's love be with you always. May God's love be with you always, always. May God's love be with you. Oh, money padme hum. 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 Love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Always, always with you. With you, always, always with you, with you. May God's love be with you, always with you. May God's love be with you. Always, always with
Ooh, I'm going to go to gallery view. Let's all give her some love. That was such a beautiful way to start this show. Wow. Thank you so, so much. Donna, I am, each time you're on the show, I'm always touched because you sing so from the heart. And there's always such a, just a profound, heart-centered. Last time you were on the show, you were singing the song about your friend who had substance issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our show about that. For people who don't know, Donna has recorded 15 different albums. And I know that a lot of people know you because people are saying, oh my God, it's so good to see Donna again. And then there's also the people that don't know you. So for anybody, whether it's brand new to Donna or not knowing Donna, her website is her name, DonnaDeLory.com. DonnaDeLory.com. And is there anything in particular, Donna? Of course, we're going to, a little bit later, we're going to play your brand new audio. Your brand new video. But is there any place on your website you want to direct people to?
If you want to, there's a music page where you see the albums. The most recent album, though, is called Gone Beyond, where you see it written right there. meditative album. And now I'm doing, I always like to do remixes of the songs from the album. So a man named Adam Smith, who I collaborate with, we're doing remixes together, one song at a time, and we're releasing them. So the first one was So Hum, Breathing In, that we just did the video for, and then Forgiveness Prayer, which is just a beautiful piece. And then Gate Gate, the really funky remix, is going to come out next. And then every one of them, it's just super fun doing, the remixes, because they all have their own vibe. A lot of my music, it's like that. Every song has its own vibe and production. And we're going to have a lot of fun, because I'm going to have the full band, my dream band, at the festival.
Oh,
and it's like, I did it impromptu. We did this, we did a pre-event, BhaktiLove reunion event. And it was just, in a small setting in Topanga. And I brought up my harmonium and I sang Hey Ma Durga, which a lot of people know me for that song. And it's just a really beautiful centering song, giving praise, just to the prayer to embody a lot more compassion. And Kenneth, is so funny afterwards. He's like, "You're going to really rock it at the festival, right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the other side of me that you guys who haven't come out to see me live. I love dancing and celebrating life, and it's like my birthday party. It's going to be really fun. I'm really, really excited for that festival. Really excited to be with all my friends. Oh my gosh, it's been so long that we've, for so many of us to be in the same place and just hanging together. So I encourage you guys, if you, are interested, you'll learn more about the festival, and you get to hear more artists that are going to be there tonight on this show. And I just encourage you to, gather in community, because it's so powerful and healing right now, and in a way that's comfortable for you. And this is beautiful because it's outside. And I'm just really excited. I'm excited to get out of town, Even though I live in a beautiful place, I just love road trip.
Hit the hot springs while you're there, Donna. Hey, Scott, there are some pictures of the land somewhere. I know you're trying to show the...
okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Donna.
Yeah. No, let me do that right now. I scrolled down a little bit further. And there's a little girl who'll greet you when you park with juice, I guess.
That's funny. Take your name. That's cute.
Wow, that's a beautiful.
What is this dome, this room? This is an indoor yoga room, or?
That's our workshop temple where people are presenting their workshops. We have David Newman and Garish and offerings. And there's fire dancers. Oh, that's Mashi. She's doing hip hop yoga with a DJ.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. When is that? I want to come.
That one is noon, I think, around noon on Saturday and Sunday, and she has Deepak doing the DJ part. So it's
great. And what is going on with this pool? Can we use the pool?
Oh yeah, and there's turf that we can hang out and do yoga, our own personal practice next to it, or lie in the sun. It's gorgeous next to the Healing Village. There's acai.
Wow.
Great vendors. This is pictures of the hot springs that are just really close. We would go out for sunrise when we were at this festival, the EDM festival. We'd go out and reset and sing Gayatri Mantra.
Perfect.
There as well, and then come back to the festival all refreshed. So, Jaya Lakshmi, our dear sister, is coming. She's going to do a Kirtanika set. By the way, Friday evening is kind of the Shakti hour, so Jaya Lakshmi's there. She's doing right after you a Kirtanika set.
That's perfect.
And then Vaidehi Amer, who's going to be hopefully on our show tonight, but she has her CD released tonight. So anyway, she does hip hop mantra. I know you were really impressed by her set. She's going to be that evening on our second main stage right before you as well. And
great.
So it's going to be a really nice, kind of like a padding for your gorgeous Shakti, but you're going to bring the bob. You're going to go up, I hear. So it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do some four on the floor medley. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So everyone come with your dancing shoes on. We'll be dancing until midnight every night, and then kirtan around the fire all night long. Anyone can lead that. So it's more of an opportunity for us to co-create.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Scott, are you coming?
I am planning on coming. It's a little tough because I'm supposed to be in Ashland, Oregon. There's I work a lot with the Twin Ray, and they're having their big retreat there that same weekend. So
Oh, wow.
I got to figure out a way to bilocate. But I'm going to actually come on for a moment because I've noticed that in the chat box, some big news has hit, and it's something I was aware of a few days ago. Gary Zukav and his wife, Linda Francis, have been on this show many times. And sadly, a few days ago, Linda had a stroke and passed away. And I see that finally the news just hit publicly. Of course, I talked to the twin Ray and Kristen and Gary about it. And I'll be seeing Gary next weekend when I'm in Ashland for the opening. But given that it's now kind of hit our chat box, I'm going to go to the gallery view for a moment, and let's just all take a moment and send maximum grace to Gary Zukav for the shocking loss of his beloved wife, Linda, and for the family. And of course, for Linda herself, although I'm sure her spirit is soaring, but it was a shocking change. So maximum grace for Gary Zukav, maximum grace for the family of Linda Francis, and appreciation for our time with Linda. Very beautiful, beautiful, angelic soul. So we do want to take a moment of love for that. Thank you, everybody. Also, just a reminder, Johanna, keep an eye on the chat box. Some people are saying that your sound is too low. I'm hearing you okay, but some people aren't, so we maybe need to work on that. And Chad, the video you sent, it kept spinning around, but it never opened. So maybe try sending it on WeTransfer. Okay.
Okay.
And I am going to bring Johanna back on to introduce our buddy Josh, who we love. Josh is next.
Well, I turned up my microphone. Can you hear me, yo? Yo,
You
yo.
sound great to me. So
Okay.
how's that, everybody? Yeah?
Yeah, you can hear me now? Can you hear me now?
And
Can I get a witness? Okay,
we
we're good.
will later on in the show, we'll go back to some of the other people who wanted prayers, but I wanted to at least acknowledge Linda since I saw that happening. And we will get to a prayer time a little bit later on in the show. Josh Jaffe, one of our favorites. He's been on the show starting back when we were doing Saturday Night Live. And then he created that wonderful video that we'll play later on with Johanna, doing it all with love. And Josh, you are someone that does it all with love. Absolutely.
We were just at a festival this last weekend, actually, and I can't tell you how many times people came up to me, Joss, and said, Joss is just the smiliest guy. He's just so happy all the time. So that would be doing everything with love if I ever did hear it. So yeah, Joss and I have toured quite a bit. Scott, am I supposed to introduce Joss now? Is that the master plan, or we're together?
Absolutely. You can wax poetic about how much you love this guy.
Well, Joss and I have toured quite a bit, actually, in our 7 or so years of friendship. And he is a multi-instrumentalist. He is a musician and a producer beyond what I can even say with words. His heart and his spirit match his incredible talent, and he plays instruments that we can't even pronounce, you guys. We have no idea what these things are. Like this thing that's in his hand right now. He'll tell us more about it. But Joss is in new age world music, reggae, and electronic genres, and he has collaborated with Grammy Award-winning reggae singer McCall Rose and a lot of other incredible people from our community, Jayu Tal, Donna De Lory, and so many others. And Joss has performed at transformational festivals and events such as Lightning in a Bottle, Wanderlust, Lucidity, and now BhaktiLove. He's got great tunes. Check him out. Follow him on Spotify. We're on the same incredible record label, and I feel really, really honored to be introducing my brother, Joss Jaffe.
Wow. Thank you so much, Johanna. That was amazing. How's my volume? Is it too hot? Is it too Cold?
No, you're soft, actually. A little
Oh,
bit
I'm
soft.
soft? I'm soft?
Just a little bit.
Okay, let's turn it up just a touch here. Do. How about now? Is that better?
That's great.
Okay, great. And can you hear this?
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Very nice.
Om Bor Buva Svaha Tat Savetur Varenyam Bargo Deva Syadim Mahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Bhuva Svaha Tat Savetur Varenyam Bargo Deva Syadim Mahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tat Savetur Varenyam Bargo Deva Syadim Mahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Hari Om Sending prayers out to everyone that needs it right now. To Gary, sending big prayers, and Kit in Dallas, and Jerry's monk Caleb, and everyone else who's posted here in the chat. This is the ancient Gayatri mantra, and the mantras that Donna's been sharing and everyone's going to share tonight are very powerful healing mantras. Om Bhuva Svaha Tat Savetur Varenyam Bargo Deva Syadim Mahi Dio Yona Prachodayat Om Swaha.
Oh, that was exquisite. Josh, people are asking, what is that instrument? Tell us a little bit about it.
So this instrument is called Ngoni. It's the African harp. And this one is made by another friend of the community. His name is Biko Cassini, and he's the drummer for Rising Appalachia. Many have probably heard of that band. Incredible band. And this is a very unique instrument. Normally it's made out of a gourd, but if anyone knows the music of India, does this look familiar to you? This is actually a baya, which is the left hand of the tabla. So it's the first ever made like this. And he said it was for me because I'm also a tabla player. So that's the story behind this instrument. It has 13 strings and sounds a little bit like a harp.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. And stick around for a couple minutes because I want to talk about a couple of things here. To get Joss's music, his main website is his name, Joss Jaffe, JossJaffe.com. And there's a lot of wonderful things here. But also Joss has a wonderful gift for us. And he wanted to make sure that we all knew about this beautiful new bird of paradise that he's got going on. And there's a lot of ways to get it. If you go to fanlink.to/bird of paradise, tell us about bird of paradise.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott. This just came out yesterday, so it's brand new, and it's for healing and meditation and relaxation and chill. The record label calls it a tropical journey through a yoga retreat in Bali or a cafe on the beach in Costa Rica. So it has that instrument, Ngoni, and it mixes with handpan, which is the instrument that Masood Ali Khan plays, and then there's some percussion. So it's very minimalist, very relaxing, and I've been listening to it a lot all day, yesterday and today. It's very soothing. I think we all need it right now. And just giving a shout out to Donna De Lory. We recorded that song together back in 2015, so I sang it tonight especially for her because I just love Donna so much. We play together, but I'm definitely a fan. I'm a fanboy.
I love that mantra.
So shout out to Donna. She's such a legend.
Thank you. I love the mantra. I love your version.
Thank you.
I'm just really acknowledging what beautiful hearts you all have. There's so much love, and that's what people are going to experience. They experience it a little bit on the show tonight, but going to the festival and just seeing all these people that respect each other, love each other, have this amazing history with each other. And I'm just really enjoying watching how much love and respect you all have for each other. It's really quite lovely.
I'm so excited to just go up to people and be like, will you jump up on my set? I'm like, who else can I hit up? Like Jay Brave. He does this really cool, one love, one blood, one heart, one people, one world, and one God. He does this whole chant on one of my songs. Anyway, that's what's going to be super fun. And everyone better say yes.
Well, it is bhakti, right? This is how we do. That's how we do. You know how my stage rolls.
Exactly. You never know what's going to happen.
That's the magic.
This is actually the place that in the agenda, we were going to talk more about the festival. So I'm bringing you back on, Kenneth. If you start making more noise, I'll mute you again. Let's go to, it's still happening now. So we're just gonna have to let Johanna and Donna and Joss and everybody do the talking until we get that resolved.
Oh,
and I know Joss, you turned your camera off, and I know Joss needs to go. So let's all twinkle. Joss, I'm going to go to gallery viewers.
Thank you. Love you,
Joss,
love you.
Some twinkles and some love and appreciation. Thank you so much, Joss.
Prayers to everyone that needs the prayers. Lots of prayers.
And thank you for acknowledging that. That was really beautiful, because we do have a lot of friends right now that are going through loss and a lot of change. And so thank you. Your music was very healing for that. And Bird of Paradise, I'm sure, will also be a wonderful part of that healing journey, healing experience. Thank you. Johanna and Donna, question now for people that haven't been to kind of the previous festivals, for newbies, for virgins, what's it going to be like coming to your festival that's coming up?
Well, Donna and I got a good chance to talk about what was going to be happening, so hopefully she's got a feel for what we're doing and we can chat about that. We were hanging out in Topanga a couple of weeks ago. What I'm excited about is that we've got family vibes, we've got people from all different cultures coming, people representing diversity and yoga, and having panels around these discussions and appropriation versus appreciation. We're really leaning into conversations that a lot of people in the yoga world kind of shy away from, And for me, that's a really important balance ethically as a yoga teacher and a practitioner of bhakti yoga, to honor the traditions from which we came, and singers like Donna and I embrace Western music and also use these sacred mantras to transmit that sound to a space where people can actually hear and resonate with the heart space of what might be happening in mantra in India. And I'd like to actually ask Donna, just a little bit about that path of the fusion of the East and the West and how that calls to you and how you are inspired to share your music the way you are and honor tradition, what that conversation brings up for you.
I always go back to Dave Stringer, because Dave and I, in the 90s, we started both doing world music. I was really getting into, I had a record deal and I was working on my second record, and I completely freaked out the record company when I went in, and I was like, I want a belly dance. I want to have Indian tablas on my record. I want this guy, Bill Laswell, to produce it. And they were just like, oh my God, what happened to her? We thought she was going to be a pop star goddess. I'd gotten so into world music, and I was going down to the Virgin Megastore and getting every record that Peter Gabriel put out on Real World Records. So my mind was blown by all this world music. And David asked me to join in and start chanting with his group. We were doing gigs around town, and I started really getting back into studying yoga. And with Micheline Berry, I remember she started asking me, will you sing at the end of the class? And at that same time, I was actually at a party, and a friend of mine gave me, not this harmonium, but there was a little harmonium there, and he gave it to me. He said, take this home, and I want you to, just take it for a while and use it. And I took it back, and I was like pulling out like all these, the stops and trying to get some sound out of it, because I've always played piano and keyboards. So I started playing my songs, my pop songs, on this keyboard. And then just the nature of, it's just meditative. So I was singing like, on and on and on and on and on. And I'd start chanting some of the chants I learned from Dave. Ganapati Om Jaya Ganapati Om. And I'd put that in the middle, and I just would play with it. And then pretty soon, all my songs ended up being more mantra. It just kept going more in that direction.
That's so beautiful.
And now I'm a songwriter also, so I love, and you do as well, writing in English and mixing it. And, I didn't know if that was okay, because when I did my first kind of yoga CD, I didn't know, is this okay? We all have been at gigs where somebody comes up to us and corrects our pronunciation because we weren't saying it in the traditional way. It's Durga, or whatever it is. And it's like, well, what my intention was, it's same meaning. But doing festivals like this, I just got to just share my spirit and my intention. And no one cared about the exact pronunciation. Mm-hmm. People just got to be free and support each other. And it was such a great place for me to grow as this kind of an artist.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for the community and, yoga festivals where I could just expand and become the artist that I am today from this. And it was really just it's my heart's calling. And, I started studying, I just growing up, we talked about this, being in like went to more of a New Thought church, Church of Religious Science, and just grew up with more Eastern philosophies, and that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And then starting to study yoga when I was about 18, and then getting really into mythology and comparative world religions and all kinds of things. So I always wanted to talk about these things in my music. Mm-hmm. And it took a while to, it takes a while and a lot of support. So I think that environment, a festival like that, is it's so supportive for just people to be creative. And whenever I leave festivals like that, I'm driving home and I'm just so filled with, new inspiration.
Yeah, and I love the way that you're speaking to that, because that's really the heart of this festival for me is, I've watched my path as a songwriter and as a spiritual practitioner, and growing up with lots of different philosophies and not just one, one God, it was many
Mm-hmm.
gods, and having that experience and coming into the yoga circuit and the festival circuit and having that kind of blast off for me quite quickly, when I started really focusing my energy and finding that there was this beautiful middle path that I could walk and inspire and also be inspired in these environments. And so this Bhakti Love Festival, this Bhakti Love reunion, really for me is a way of creating space for other people who are also artists, who are also practitioners, who are also, it's like by the people for the people. It's priced at a place where people can afford it. If we're just learning about kirtan and we want to like record an album or just, kind of dabble in it and play with people who are deep practitioners and see where our voice fits there. Like there's space for that around our fire. There's space for us to co-create and have inspiration from people like you because we're together. It's not separate. There is a green room, but hopefully Donna's going to be hanging out with us a little. Donna's going to be
Well,
with the people because we're all people.
we'll
We're
all be hanging out.
family. It's
Absolutely.
reunion.
We're all there to inspire one another. And I always like leaving festivals. And when we used to play, when we did Bhakti Fest, I would always say, gosh, I want to live in a world like this every day,
Yeah.
where everyone that I'm passing, there's like namaste, we're recognizing this divine in one another. And it's just, and then there's this just unspoken energy that is so beautiful. It's like the first time I went to see KD.
Yeah.
I walked in the room. I didn't know what he was saying. There was just beautiful, all the voices singing this melody together, and it was simple. And I just said, I want to do this. I don't know what this is, but this is what I want to do. This is the level, this is the place I want to go to, connecting with people with music.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, festivals like this, I mean, we need it so bad now. I need it, I need to just get out of my bubble here and
Yeah.
just be around people.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is mostly open air. Some people are have been in their bubble and are a little bit nervous still. And we picked this land because there's opportunity for us to all be together and also feel safe no matter what side of the coin we're falling on, whatever our beliefs are. We're just singing. We're just community. We're just together. And I think that's so important. That's part of why we called it Bhakti Love. Kenneth's having some sound issues, but my co-producer Kenneth Schwenker is here, and that was really an intention for us, is to create this beautiful space where people could come back together, have an experience of pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. Would you speak to that, Kenneth, as, kind of an accurate statement? We had some artists that were requiring vaccines, whether or not we were open air, and we decided, and, they're people that are teachers of ours and friends of ours, and we decided that we'd like to just keep it for the people and feel and trust that we're safe when we're breathing Mother Nature's air.
Mm-hmm.
And we can sing in spaces and be together and heal. We don't have to be afraid anymore.
And also, I mean, we're in it, this is an environment where people, it's not like an, electronic festival where everyone is just like, really high and they don't have boundaries. This is a very respectful space. Yeah. And I found few gatherings that I've gone to with this community, when I just was coming back out with people are very respectful. I mean, it's not like you have to hug everyone.
Right. I always ask, are you hugging?
Yeah.
Just simple as that.
Very respectful. And that's why I don't have, even if, cases start going up or something, I still would feel really safe.
Yeah.
In this community.
Yeah, I feel that way as well. So we're showing up no matter what. We're excited. It's going to be a really great opportunity. There's lots of hiking, there's lots of nature, there's paddle boats actually, and a little pond and a sacred stream with mineral water for us to play in and pray by and be on the land. And so, we can be as distant or as close as we'll feel comfortable, and we get to just be with spirit because it's all around. And it's these environments that remind us that it's within.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for being the voice of Bhakti Love this evening as Kenneth. Kenneth, can we see your face again? Come on over here, buddy. He's in Moulin Rouge somewhere. We feel lonely without you. There you are. Yeah, so he's thinking he's muted, but he's not right now. If you would like to add anything, I think that we would love to hear your voice with
Yeah.
or without any sort of background.
Well, I mean, Joanna, you said it. It's we have no policy. I mean, we have whatever legal policy we have for COVID, but the point is, people just come in however you feel comfortable. If you want to wear a mask, that's your thing. If you don't, you don't. I mean, we really believe that it's up to every individual to do what they feel is their highest right.
Yeah, yeah,
So.
yeah. So we're all one. We get to be all one in this space and without division, and that's really the intention of this invitation for all to come. Just the reminder, like you were saying, Donna, Jay Brave has his One Love, One Heart song, and you got your One Love, One Heart. I got my Heart Beats One song. We all got this, unity thing going on. That's at the end of the day. Love and unity are going to heal this world, heal this land, and bhakti is the word that basically says that. It's devotion to that. Yay. Well, how are we?
Well,
Scott,
I think that was pretty awesome. And Kenneth, we will work on your sound. So Hannah, I think you've got a little something to play for us.
oh, is it my turn already?
It's your turn already.
Okay, great. Well, we'll see if my technology is agreeing with me. We had a great sound check, and then we'll just see. Let's play. But I'm gonna try to play Hey Ma Durga, my Hey Ma Durga. That's the other great thing about this bhakti yoga is that we have these beautiful chants, and they're in our vibration, they're in our cellular structure, it's said before we're born. And these vibrational sounds, these mantras, are resonant within us. And each person may be a little different, but there's a strong energy of these deities or archetypes that live within us that we're awakening when we sing. And Durga is a very strong archetype for me. And my friend Manoj, who's going to be emceeing at our festival, actually, he was at another festival I was just at playing in Utah, and he had said I was Lakshmi a few months ago, which is the goddess of abundance. And I'm like, that's great, but I don't really feel that right now. I mean, that's fine, but I'm feeling, I've always resonated more with Durga and being this strong, intentional woman that's able to slice through the fear and the illusion and find the truth. And a protective Ma energy is really what and forceful kind of with all of the things that I'm working on, how to stay grounded in the battlefield of the heart, or battlefield of, in this moment, it's festival production and all of the left brain tasks that I have to do. How do I channel that energy and bring it through? Can everyone hear me okay?
You were soft again. So what you may need to do
let me
is
get
have the
close.
microphone closer to your mouth.
Yes, how's that? It's very directional, my mic. Yes, good?
That's better, but it was soft before.
Yeah, so I don't, so this is Durga behind me, and Manoj got me a beautiful Durga, and she is on this beautiful, beautiful big cat who is resting. Right? She's done her work. She's slayed all the demons of ignorance, and all of these things are just, she's leveled the battlefield. And her chariot, which can cause a lot of destruction, can rest now. And so that's the Durga archetype that I'm really calling in right now, is doing my work so that I can transform my being and also rest within the work that I'm doing, because it's powerfully manifested in a way that is grounded. So here we go. Hey, so my point in all of that is that there's these different mantras, and I gravitate towards Durga, and Donna has a Hey Ma Durga, which I had listened to and loved before I met her and, became friends in the community. And I forgot about that when I wrote a Durga, the Hey Ma Durga, and asked her to sing on it. So Donna did say yes to that, and I was so honored that we got to do a duet on my Beyond Love album called Hey Ma Durga. There she is. So my inspiration this evening was to play the backing track to that album, a version of it with Donna's voice in it. So you'll get to hear her beautiful soprano nectar, the amrita, the rasa. She's got this beautiful energy to her voice, and I'm very grateful that she lended it to this track. Source, this bhakti love community, this tribe, this sangha of spirits devoted to making the world a better place. Jai Ma. Thank you, Chad, for holding down the drums. Thank you, Donna, and the entire Bhakti community for your inspiration on my own musical journey. And thank you, Scott, for bringing us on to celebrate Bhakti love. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, God, that is so beautiful. Just so beautiful. And you sing it with just such devotion, which is what it's all about, of course. One of our people in the Zoom room asked, is tonight's show about devotional music? Well, devotional music is a big part of the BhaktiLove reunion, but I thought maybe, both Donna and or Johanna, you may want to just talk a little bit about what is devotional music and what is kind of, the kind of bhakti approach to music.
Well, Donna, since she's been doing it a little longer than I am, I'm going to defer to you, and then I'll add in anything that I feel inspired to say after you're complete.
Well, what comes to mind first is the first yoga album that I made called The Lover and the Beloved. And I loved the translation of Govinda Jaya Jaya, which was a mantra I learned from Dave Stringer, heard from Jayutal, was the lover and the beloved are one. And when I was making that record, this was the first time as a singer. I mean, I grew up as a studio singer, as a kid, doing jobs, and I had a profession and a skill, and I went out and toured the world and did my singing and dancing and everything, and I never quite had the experience of being a witness to my singing, where my voice and my spirit got to just soar while I was singing, and I actually could witness that happening. And I wasn't the singer, it was just spirit taking, using my voice. And that was when I was doing the vocals on that record. And I remember Hare Krishna singing that mantra. It was crazy, because at first it scared me. It's like, I can't, wait a second, I'm hearing my voice, but for being this like more of a technical kind of singer, it was just such a great, beautiful letting go. And it was a transcendent experience, and I really needed that. And I need that now to just let go when I sing and just let go, let my soul, you say it, you teach your lessons in your workshops about finding your soul's voice and giving it that space. So I think for me, devotional music, it's a personal thing for me. It's giving my soul the space to express itself. And since I was a kid, I wanted to sing about God. I wanted to go to like all my friends. I wanted to go to temple with my one friend. I wanted to go, to take communion with my other friend. And I wanted this experience. And my mom always said, you have to grow up and you'll find your way, but I'm not going to like push you in any direction. And so it's just such a beautiful, deep thing. And I could be singing about my connection with my father, which was a deep soul connection. And I could be singing My Sweet Lord, but also be thinking about my father. And that, and it's this ultimate song of gratitude for me, music. And I find that taking yourself out of singing, songs are all mantras. You sing them over and over again. So first of all, I want to make it positive. And it's important as an artist to sing about your pain and your processing and everything, but sometimes it can keep you in your head and in your emotions and in your story.
Yeah.
So I find, this kind of music, it just is so freeing. And I listen to Christian music, of course. I was raised, when I lived in Nashville, singing Christian hymns, and I find it in all music and all devotional music. So I think it's the intention, right?
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. And that is, if the question is what is devotional music, that is really, it's the intention, it's the heart with which we sing. And I know, Donna, a little bit earlier you spoke to, someone might correct your pronunciation or all of these different things. And I, as a human being in this body who's so inspired by international music, I found myself in a lot of positions at like a World Rhythm Festival in my teenage years, like with my dad and an African drum bass band as the lead singer, or, and then Reverend Isaiah Jones, and learning interfaith gospel music from the source of, you guys probably know the song, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius." Right. So he toured with that band. What was it called? The Fifth Dimension, back in the day, and taught us all how to sing devotional music, essentially, from the gospel church, as a bunch of white people in a little whitewashed Oregon town, like, really kind of stiff. And he's like, well, Spirit told me to move here and teach you guys how to be in devotion, essentially. So there's lots of different paths that can lead us to devotion, right? And bhakti yoga is the yoga of devotion. And so there's yoga, right? And there's lots of limbs of yoga. And so, if we're starting from the beginning, this is one path of devotion. And, it's the devotion of music, of dance, of art, of creativity, all of these different modalities to bring us closer to spirit and also to essence, and to sourcing our own individual and powerful energy through spirit, being clear channels through sound. And so anyone can do it.
I am loving this conversation. And what a perfect segue into Kamini.
Oh, yes, please. We have no anything to say now that Kamini's here. What do you have to say about this conversation? Like, we have said enough.
Okay.
Listen to you. So I think the question is, what is devotional music?
Devotional music, I think, to me, is something that connects us not only with one another, but also with ourselves. And, really, I mean, I think I loved what Donna said about the pronunciation of mantras. And I say this all the time that, I have lived in this country for 20 years. And, my pronunciation of English is still pretty different, right? So to me, to expect that a Western person's pronunciation is going to be as authentic and as close to my mantra pronunciation is not practical, right? I mean, it's not logical. It would get probably very close. And I think, as she said it, right, the intention is everything, right? And you have to have, like realistic expectations from life, from everything, right? So I take it all with that. And I love the fact that, actually, going back to our connection here to Joanna, right? When you invited me to join the Mantra Sangha Healing Chant, that was such a genuine effort from you to first not only reach out to me and all of us, like different artists around the globe, but also to seek advice from Shakti Ma, right? And I know that there was one word that you weren't sure of, and then you referred back, and then you emailed all of us to make sure that all of us were saying it correctly. And I think that is it, right? Intentions. Did everybody pronounce everything 100%? Probably not. But were the intentions like 1000%? Yes. Right. And I think ultimately that is what matters on a human to human level. If we go deep into seeing all negatives, we will find 10,000, right? That can be corrected. You can point at 10,000 things that I do wrong, 10 million things, probably, maybe even billion. And that can happen, right? But I think the goal for us here is to see the positives, to see the effort, to see the humbleness that each one of us bring here, to see the love, the bhakti and love, right? Which is why I love this festival, bhakti, love, right? It's the combination of, in my opinion, two very powerful words, two words that brings us all together here.
Yeah, we have some T-shirts being made, actually. Thank you for that. That say, "Bhakti equals love."
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's basically like, okay, we've got this is it. Let's just do that. But yeah, thank you so much. I was actually kind of starting this story that you just reminded me of, being in an ashram up in upstate New York and being kind of, you know, having some people correct my pronunciation along the way, and you know, having those moments where I'm like, am I doing this right? I'm doing gospel infused mantra music because that's kind of my roots, you know, and I have this beautiful singer and we're doing these crazy harmonies and it's super epic and I'm feeling it, but the Indian music teacher is in the back and he has his arms crossed the whole time, and I'm like, uh-oh. Oh no, I probably did something wrong. Oh gosh, now he is leaving. Oh no. You know, and my mind went to the worst possible scenario. And when he came back with flowers, what he said to me
Wow.
kind of sums up everything that we're talking about here. He said, "That was the most beautiful kirtan I've ever heard, and you were so beautiful in the way that you express from your heart your devotion." I don't have a good accent like you do for the Indian sound, but you know, he said it in his beautiful Indian accent, and he gave me these flowers and thanked me and said, "Please come back to this ashram. Please bring your devotional spirit here again." I was worried about my pronunciation the whole time, right? You know, and so like that's that's what we're speaking to, is this, and Kamini, I hope you'll be on our diversity panel where we have these discussions at the festival, because we're going to be talking about appropriation versus appreciation and pronunciation versus devotion.
Yeah.
Not versus, but as this is a dialogue between all
Yeah.
of these things. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And while there, I would also say diversity versus inclusivity, right?
That's
In
it.
one way. And I know that this festival really has been inclusive. It is diverse, of course, but also, I would say, inclusive.
Yeah.
And I really respect this festival and actually you for that.
Thank you so much, Kamini. Well, it's my honor to be able to work with you and learn from you and hear you. So I'm going to turn my mic off and hopefully get to receive some of your sonic goodness.
Sure.
Oh, and I'm also introducing you. Oh, let me tell you guys a little bit about this beautiful goddess, Kamini, so she has a proper introduction. Kamini is an Indian classical singer based in Los Angeles area, and she blends mantras and chants with Indian ragas to create kirtans that are traditional and exquisitely and extremely meditative. Her kirtans are composed of specific ragas that leave the participants feeling serene. She is also the author of Kirtan ebook Indian Ragas for Kirtans. Kamini's kirtans bring out her deep spiritual background. They are extremely mystical and magnificently divine. People are left mesmerized by her angelic voice, her intricate improvisations, her odd meter rhythms, and most importantly, her radiant, warm smile. And I'm going to add heart.
Oh, thank you, Joanna.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so nice and so kind of you.
Yeah.
And here with me joining is Shivali, my 11-year-old. She, I think, pretty much grew up with our Bhakti community. When she was 4, that was my first One Love Fest. And she was that tiny, just playing around. And I am so proud of her and so happy that she gets to play tablas with me today. And thank you, Joanna. I am actually going to share the Mantra Sangha healing song that we all created. You created, right? It's your vision. नसी नसी ॐ क्रीं महाकाली सर्वलोकं 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 नसी नसी सर्वरोगं नसी नसी Jai Ma.
Wow, that was so beautiful, Kamini. I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful to receive your interpretation of that melody that randomly came through me. And then that's how this bhakti and these devotional paths work. It's like we're all tuned in with spirit, right? And if we're listening,
Exactly.
anything is a rag, anything is Indian classical music. Scott, come back here. Where are you running away to?
I'm loving tonight so much. It's so beautiful to drop in. And I do want to let people know where they can get much, much more Kamini music. And her website is her first name, Kamini, Kamini, music.com, kaminimusic.com. And, you know, so many, like I see she's got the Mula mantra there, and I love the Mula mantra. I could listen to that over and over. And, you know, the thing for people that devotional music like this is new, listening to this music, it brings us into a God consciousness, whatever that means to you, right? We all have our own unique relationship to that which is greater than ourselves. But when we listen to these mantras, they put us into, it's like a hypnotic state, really. And in that state, all of a sudden, the busyness of our lives, whatever our little egos are into, kind of drops away. And we connect, we remember our oneness, we have a spiritual communion, at the very least with the music, and very often with whatever our own spiritual connection might be. And so devotional music like this, especially when it's sung by people like Kamini and Johanna, who are so connected in their own spiritual practice through their yoga, through their bhakti. It's really a very deeply spiritual experience without any religious dogma. And I think that that's something that's important, because most of us do not want religious dogma, but we want to feel close to God. We want to feel close to each other. We want to feel close to ourselves. And so devotional music like this is a non-dogmatic way to connect to the divine. You're muted, Johanna.
I love that, Scott. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way of saying it, you know. And this conversation is going to go on for 4 days, along with the music and the yoga and all of the and ecstatic dance. So why don't you just come September 15th through 18th and learn what devotion really is, everyone? You know, that's what we're doing. You got a taste here.
We're going to hear a little bit more from Kamini in a moment, but you know what? In all my enthusiasm after Johanna played, I forgot to go to her website.
Oh.
And this is very important because, of course, we're primarily promoting the BhaktiLove reunion, but Johanna, we want to support this amazing woman. And she provides so much. She's become one of our absolute favorite people on Global Peace Tribe, starting with when she was on Saturday Night Live, and then we did a special event with her and her good friend Valerie. And then she came on and she's now co-hosting with us. So thank you so much. And all things Johanna live at johannasings.com, johannasings.com, including her mantra soul. And again, Johanna, I mean, she can rock. We've heard Johanna rock, but it's devotional music and the way that you do weave your kirtan artistry with your music that is so beautiful. And I do want us to play the mantra sangha either today or tomorrow morning. We'll do it one or the other.
That sounds great, Scott. Excuse me. I tried to call you Kenneth. Where is he?
That's all right.
Hopefully we'll have his sound issues figured out tomorrow and we can all chat more about the festival.
Absolutely. I love that picture of you, by the way. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That was taken in Mount Shasta. That feels very sacred, like the feeling of that land to me, actually.
Yeah, it's just like, see, there you are. You're like in that beautiful state of God consciousness as you play.
Right.
Is there anything you want to focus on that people, while we're on your website, you want to make sure people know about?
Yeah, so you can actually lullaby yoga. There's a kind of yoga that I kind of created to heal my own self and body after being hit by a drunk driver. I couldn't move. My doctor said I wasn't going to practice physical asana or yoga again. And I healed myself through sound and through sacred, slow, mindful movement. And it's called Lullaby Yoga. At johannasings.com/5 days, there's a 5-day program that you can hang out with me online and do that. It looks like my coming events need to be updated, but BhaktiLove reunion, obviously September 15th through 18th. I think there's a few other things like a Costa Rica retreat coming up in the spring.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be vocal stylings and voice, sacred chant, and yoga retreat. There it is. That's with my friend Sherry Howard. She has a degree in music and also worked at Kripalu for many years as a yoga teacher. And we're going to be at this really beautiful retreat center called Terra Sol in Nosara, Costa Rica for a whole week of immersion with us in yoga, in sound, and in this sacred, beautiful land with monkeys. Woo! I've never seen a monkey, so I'm excited. This is my first time in Costa Rica, so everyone come join us.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so there's a few events, and mostly I'm just very excited about BhaktiLove reunion and all of the events that we have surrounding that right now, and all of my energy is in the production seat until that is over.
So again, I'm going to go to the BhaktiLove.com website and just look at all the amazing. The schedule is there, and look at, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, just on Friday alone, Joy Lakshmi, Larissa Stowe, Donna De Lory, Josh Jaffe, Jaya Deva, all live.
And that's just the main stage, you guys.
And then look at those. You've got the Devotion Temple. Yeah. You've got the Shakti stage. you've got the fire pit, you've got the wisdom area, you've got the workshop temple. So like you can do yoga, you can go to music, astrology. I mean, holy Moses, this is all just on the first day.
And that's just Friday. So come early. Thursday, there's a pre-immersion with an incredible yoga teacher,
Yeah.
Saul David Ray. And that's going to be followed by a diversity in yoga panel discussion. So if we want to go deeper into that, that's going to be happening. And Nandi Ji, a very deep practitioner and longtime devotee, is going to be leading our fire ceremony. So Thursday night's a really fun time if you want to collaborate and come sing around the fire and really raise the vibration yourself. Bring your harmonium, bring your percussion, be a part of the Bhav. We're creating this city for us to be in devotion together. That's what we're doing. So come.
Fantastic. You know, instead of doing Global Peace Tribe announcements now, since we're right in the flow, let's go ahead, because I know you and Kamini have something else special planned. Let's flow right into that.
Oh, we do?
We do.
Well, great. Kamini, I'm so excited to hear your next song. What are you going to do next? Well, you just did the Om Cream. I think that's what he's thinking. She just did the most incredible interpretation of mantra, Sangha, health and healing, this beautiful mantra that came from Sri Shakti Amma in India. And I produced, it was my first audio production during the pandemic. Krishna Das and 24 other bhakti artists, including Kamini, were on that. And you can go online. It's Mantra, Sangha, Health and Healing on YouTube. And a portion of actually the whole proceeds went to help kids in Nepal get an education through Matrana.
You know what? I'll go ahead and play now. I thought she was going to,
She's gonna play another song,
That's
but
what I
I was
thought.
just saying that's
okay.
what that sound was, that last one. It was an interpretation of a melody that came through me, and we're gonna play that music video a little later, and you guys can go online and enjoy that and support the kids as well. So Kamini, what are you gonna play for us next? I'm all ears.
Okay, let us do a Sri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Okay, and yeah, you will play with me. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jai 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 Ram 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 Ram. Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Kamini, it's my first experience meeting you. And Johanna said, oh, Scott, wait till you meet Kamini. And thank you. And thank you for your daughter. So appreciate your daughter's support as well. And
What a
welcome
voice,
to the Global
too.
Peace Tribe. Yeah.
Woo. Those two. And Kamini has some beautiful music online where it's more fusion as well, with more electronic Western instrumentation that's quite beautiful, trancy, deep, and devotional like she is. And so I would really encourage anyone to follow her on Spotify. And also all of her work with the Oracle Collective. She's being of service also very powerfully in this Bhakti Yoga community, with bringing artists together from all over the world who practice this Bhakti Yoga and devotional music, as well as other chant things. Would you like to say anything about that project, Kamini? And thank you so much for your service.
Yeah, and I've got it up for people to look at, just so people know. The website is oraclecollective.com, and I'll put that into the chat box. But yes, tell us, there is Kamini right there, right underneath founder Dave Stringer. Kamini, tell us about this beautiful new collective.
Yeah, so this is Oracle Collective is a community of chant artists from across the globe, and it brings together artists and fans. And the basic mission of Oracle Collective is just to lift all the chant artists as well as the fans, bringing together all of them as one community. I am one of the founders, along with Dave Stringer, Sean Johnson, and Suzanne. And it has been an amazing experience. All the fans of chant music can follow all of us. And I think it includes Joanna Hoss is there. Lot of amazing artists are a part of Oracle Collective. If you go to oraclecollective.com/follow, you can easily follow and get access to tons of chant and meditation music. Just with one single click, you can follow all of us in Spotify. If you are an artist who wants to join this community, feel free to reach out to me and or to any of those founders that you see. There is also a join link on the web page that you can fill in a little form, give us your information, and we will get in touch with you. But number one thing, like, just hit that follow button and you will have access to tons of great music.
Thank you so much. You know, when Larissa Stowe is a very dear friend of mine, and she's on this show a lot.
Yes.
And she was saying, Scott, you're going to be so excited about this. So Larissa and I just this morning decided we're going to do an entire show dedicated to the Oracle Collective. So hopefully there'll be a time that you can join Larissa and myself. Hopefully we can get Johanna back. Suzanne Sterling has been on the show before. We love Suzanne. So these are like amazing artists. And thank you for putting that together as a new way to support our artists, because it is important for us to support our artists.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. What a pleasure to meet you, and hopefully see you again soon.
Yeah, same here.
Well, I've got some.
Uh-oh. Did your sound?
There we go. There we go. I've got some important Global Peace Tribe announcements. First off, I want to invite people, if there's any way you can be in Ashland, Oregon next weekend, there's something very special taking place. And that is that the Twin Ray, who of course we all love, many of the people that have been watching this show know the Twin Ray very well. They have the grand opening of their new place. They have created a storefront called The Haven, and they are having their grand opening next Friday night, August 19th from 4 to 7 p.m. And we are all invited, and I am driving up to Ashland. I'm going to spend the weekend up there. I'm going to be staying with the Twin Ray. And look at this incredible place. It's a 2-story storefront right in downtown Ashland. It's actually connected, the building is connected to the Shakespeare Festival, and they've got all these treasures. They have an art gallery, they have a tea room, and these are all crystals, incredible crystals. And these are all photos of their new place called The Haven. So any of you who can make it to Ashland, Oregon next weekend, especially on Friday night, please do so. I will meet you. I will hug you. You'll even get a chance to meet Jasmine Bear in person. Now, for those of you who can't make it up to Ashland, never fear. I will be doing next weekend's Awakening World show from Ashland. And so, of course, you'll get a chance to see the Twin Ray. Shakina Ma and Sananda Chi will be with me, as well as other friends who live in Ashland. There's a whole community of amazing people that live in Ashland, Oregon, that are going to be there for this grand opening. And so a week from tonight, a week from last night, Friday night the 19th, my show will be all about the Twin Ray. And so that's going to be very, very special. I also wanted to let you know that we are wanting to do a retreat in Sedona, Arizona. And please keep an eye out in your email, because I'll be sending out in the next couple of days an email with a survey and details of what this retreat might be looking like. And we really need to know who wants to come, if this is something we can really make happen. What we're looking at is October 21st to the 24th or 25th. And during that weekend, there's going to be a music festival in Sedona. We're looking at bringing Kristen Hoffman and Cornflower out. And if we can get enough people committing, then hopefully we can get Johanna Beekman to come on out as well. We need to start getting a sense of how many people really can come, want to make it. We'll have some workshops. We'll also have some tours. You know, Sedona is a magical place. So we're working with a company that does private tours to the vortexes and the unique locations. We'll also be teaching some workshops. So please, very important to respond to the email that I'll be sending out in the next few days to get your feedback about if it's realistic for you to be able to come to Sedona, Arizona for the first Global Peace Tribe retreat. And we chose that weekend because already Tangela is putting together a music festival with Neil Gard. They've already put that together. So we thought, well, let's build around the already existing festival that they've put together. Plus, there's going to be a psychic fair and festival that Saturday. So Saturday the 22nd, there's a psychic festival in Sedona. Sunday the 23rd, there's already a music festival. So we thought, okay, let's see if we can build a Global Peace Tribe event around that. So we definitely hope that a lot of you and enough of you will make it, and then we can start extending invitations to some of our other favorite people like Johanna, Larissa Stowe. Swami Steve wants to come on out. We all love Swami Beyond Ananda. So there are some important announcements for you. And I'll have a couple more announcements at the end of the show, but I wanted to put those out right away before too much time goes by. And I now am going to bring Johanna back on, who's doing something wonderful there. And Donna, we've got Donna De Lory with us. And we've got Donna as she's eating something that looks pretty yummy. What do you got? What's happening for dinner there, Donna?
I was just saying that
unmute. Okay.
I was just saying I love Sedona. I just finished at Sedona Yoga Festival a couple of, what was that, a month ago or something we were out there. And I think we're doing a lot of cross promotion with BhaktiLove and Sedona Yoga Festival. Actually, we have a Sedona Yoga Festival stage. They're sponsoring our yoga space at BhaktiLove. So I love that sacred land and absolutely support the Global Peace Tribe coming together at that part of the world.
Yeah,
That's a place none of us mind going.
that sounds, Sedona has been calling me. So I don't know.
Oh,
Just saying, like,
I think I'll be going there
bring us all.
soon. Meet up with you guys there. You never know.
yeah, I was just there for 12 days, kind of organizing this, and it's a very magical place. And a lot of our tribe are either visiting Sedona or relocating to Sedona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, those of us that are living in wildfire country and are kind of done with the California wildfires, Sedona is becoming a spot that a lot of my friends, a lot of our tribe are moving to. So, Donna, I tell you what, I want you to finish your dinner. How about just introduce this wonderful video? I love it. And you can introduce it, I'll play it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. And that way you can finish your dinner.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I'm having some broccoli.
It
Broccoli.
looks yummy to me.
Yum.
It's like dal soup and some sprouted organic bread.
Okay, Donna. So you know that whole thing about practicing what you preach that I said earlier when I introduced you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So basically you're just saying that is true. So thank you for affirming my assumption about you from hanging out with you in your home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This video, we just finished it and just came out on Friday, and it was a remix from a song, the first track on my album, meditation album called Gone Beyond, which is Soham, breathing in, and the mantra in it is Soham, and then the vocal line that goes through the whole remix is basically just I'm breathing in to the one love. I'm breathing in to the one love. And those vocals just go through the whole remix. And then we had these beautiful young dancers. A friend of mine has a dance company where she teaches teenage dancers to become, get them ready for going into the professional world. So we got there in the video, and some of my friends, my husband is in there. You'll see him breathing underneath our black walnut tree.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a just breathing practice. It's a nice 3-minute chill. So enjoy. Here it is.
That is a gorgeous, gorgeous video.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the visual to everything we've been saying. It's about the Bob and inclusivity, and I love the director lives in Vermont, so that's his yoga community in Vermont. The people, he shot them out in the grass, and the drone, he's been doing a lot of like drone footage and everything. And I have another video for Ma Song from the album where it's just all drone footage and incredible through the seasons. Yeah. So I'm so grateful to have that. And I hope it, I feel like it's a good pause for people. Sometimes you do need a visual as well. It's a visual meditation, and I hope, people, it makes them feel relaxed and chill and realize what's important, to go back to the breath.
Donna, it's just such a joy to always have you on the show, and to hear you. And I know that those of us who are fortunate enough to come on out to the festival are going to really have just an amazing, life-changing experience. It's going to be very profound, very profound. I think what we'll do, Johanna, let's save Larissa's Stove for tomorrow.
Sounds
on our
great.
Sunday show. Okay.
Yeah, we got excited and took up a lot of time with the Bob.
Yeah, I know. It's been Okay, so we'll play the Larissa Stowe video tomorrow, but how about if we play Jaya Lakshmi? She did a little hello, and then we'll play the song that you guys did together. How's that sound?
Yeah, just last night we did a BhaktiLove Oregon up here and collaborated on and co-created an experience for my home community. New World Kirtan podcast, a beautiful offering that supported all of us artists over the years, is right here out of this town. So we collaborated with them, BhaktiLove Reunion and New World Kirtan podcast, to bring Jaya Lakshmi to Corvallis, Oregon for the first time. And this is it.
And actually what I've got queued up is her talking first, and then we'll play the video.
Great. I'll figure out what song it is before the video if you'd like.
Okay. All right. But here's what Jaya Lakshmi had to say yesterday about coming to the festival. Jaya Lakshmi, it's wonderful to have you with us, and we're looking forward to all that's happening at the BhaktiLove Reunion. What does it mean to you that this is happening?
Well, I'm so excited because I know that over the many years we've created this beautiful Bhakti family, through Bhakti Fest Festival, and in a lot of other ways. Just we've been connecting with each other now for over 13 years, and I feel like I'm so excited to keep this going, this connection going, and this tribal gathering. It's like a tribal gathering of these beautiful Bhakti hearts and Bhakti musicians, Bhakti yoga teachers, meaning that we all have a kind of an MO of devotional practice. We're all very deeply immersed and attracted to this devotional practice and way of life, and also very open-hearted, open-minded, and not rigid, so that's why I feel like it's this really special family.
Oh, beautiful. Now, for people that haven't come previously, what would it be like for them? I mean, for newcomers and us virgins.
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to sound exclusive or anything. Well, I could say they have something to look forward to, because you will be so lovingly embraced and so deeply inspired. And it's actually it doesn't give a feeling of clickiness at all, or exclusivity or at all. It's very welcoming, I think, to people who are coming in, for the first time, and coming with open heart and open mind. And yeah, it'll be so beautiful to have new people coming and being part of this ongoing celebration.
Oh, fantastic. A last question for you. Are you going to be playing solo or with others or multiple people? Who are you going to be playing with?
Well, I think, I'm doing a few different things there, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I was very honored to be asked to do, Kirtanika, right. So Johanna asked me to do Kirtanika, which is the ecstatic dance, like EDM, ecstatic dance, electronic music with mantra. And I did that a lot at Bhakti Fest and other festivals I've been at. And so I'm really excited to do that again, to offer that. And I'll also be teaching yoga. And I'll also have a main set on the main stage. Just kirtan and the mixture of the blend of things that I do when I offer my music. So I will be joined by, I'm not sure who yet, but probably an amazing, phenomenal band will be with me.
Great. Well, I certainly look forward to seeing it. And thanks for being on The Awakening World. We'll show the clip of what you record tonight. Have a great show with Johanna. And it's always a pleasure to see you, and looking forward to Bhakti Fest Love Reunion in September.
Yeah, me too. I wait. So, are you coming there, Scott? You're going to be there, right?
I'm planning on being there. I'm hoping to be there. I'm supposed to be in Ashland also, so I've got to figure out which wonderful festival to be at that weekend. But I would really love to see. Yeah, I'm probably going to come to yours. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you. Thanks for questions.
Absolutely. Have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott, you're muted. But I believe that the song that we're going to play next is, oh, there you are.
Yeah, so tell us about what this is, a concert you did just last night with Jai Lakshmi, and what are we about to see?
So Jaya Lakshmi sang a beautiful song called Wahe Guru last night, and that's the one that we sent you, and that's the one that we're going to play.
All right,
My favorite of hers, though, you guys, we saved it for the reunion. It's called This Is the Day. So come to the reunion and experience what brought me here. She's my inspiration. Go.
Beautiful. Okay, here we go. And Johanna, you might want to turn your volume up because you're still a little bit low.
Hey.
Beautiful, I am blissful, I am, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am all together, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am bountiful, I am beautiful, I am blissful, I am Waheguru, 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 Wahejio, Waheguru, 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 Wahejio, Waheguru, 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 Wahejio, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru.
That was awesome. And the sound was really, really good, actually.
Our friend Will from our Sangha actually just volunteered to do that. And he's been doing that for me for years. He comes to every retreat and workshop that I put on. But all the other musicians were amazing. And our friend Jacob, did you hear that bass solo? Holy wow, right? So very, very
But,
cool.
that's the first time I've ever seen you and Jai Lakshmi playing together. I mean, I've known you both forever. But it's
Yeah.
beautiful seeing you two play together. Oh my gosh.
I was reminding her of New Mexico in like 2015. She was like, wait, 2015 or 16, 17? I mean, it's been a long time. And it's really nice. I think I played with her in Portland maybe 2018 or something. So it's been a few
I got
years.
to be, she and Lost at Last stayed in my house when they were playing Los Angeles. And that would have been around 1997, something like that. So we go back pretty far.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, she's a beautiful sister and so inspiring. I love that song.
Well, it's been a beautiful show, an absolutely beautiful show. And I want to go one more time to the website. So everybody, now we know what to do. You got to go and make it happen. Go to BhaktiLove.com and tell us about tickets, because tickets are cheaper for the next 2 days, right?
Right. So they're about to go up right now. They're only $222 for I mean, from the 15th through the 18th of just.
No, wait a minute.
packed
$252 total for the whole thing?
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So you better do it now if you want to get that, because it's gonna go up in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't afford to give it away like that, but we want to, because we want to bring you here to this beautiful experience. So
and in terms
we
of
have
camp,
glamping. Oh yeah, it includes. Oh, looks like yes, it includes camping, but there's car camping you pay a little bit for, and we are sold out of our 1-bedroom apartments and all of that, but our glamping is beautiful. Twinkle lights, teepee domes, all sorts of different options with that are pretty reasonably priced as well. And we're bringing in showers and flush toilets and all of that to make it feel more accommodating than just a regular festival where you're just exhausted and tired and just want to get clean. We have all of the facilities to do that, so it's going to be incredible.
and what's the closest city? Like what's
Weldon, California, or Lake Isabella. And the free public hot springs that I was telling everyone about, those are right near Lake Isabella, California. So some people are getting hotels and kind of, coming in and out. It's really up to you. With the ticket price that low, you can just choose whatever feels good for your accommodations.
Absolutely. Well, I want to invite everybody. There's going to be more tomorrow morning. On my Sacred Sunday show, because I knew we had so much to share. We couldn't squeeze it just into one Saturday night. So tomorrow we're going to have Johanna and hopefully Kenneth with good audio joining us for the Sacred Sunday show. And we are going to play the beautiful Mantra Sangha that I so love that Johanna did with me. I mean, all around the world, people from all over the world contributing to this amazing video. We're also going to hear from Larissa Stowe. She has something to share about the festival, and we have some music. And Omar Shar, our house musician, will be with us. So don't miss tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern, for our Sacred Sunday show. And Johanna and I, and hopefully Kenneth, will carry on and continue to create great vibes in anticipation of this amazing festival.
Beautiful. Well, I again want to thank Donna De Lory for her gorgeous, gorgeous music and inspiration over the years, and Kamini Natarajan and Jaffe and all those that had their other gigs to go to. We're sending you fairy dust also. But Donna, thank you so much. That's a beautiful new video, and we're really excited to have you headline on Friday night.
Yeah, I can't wait to be there. See you guys. See you there.
Thank you, Donna.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Blessings, everybody. I'm going to go to gallery view one last time. Wave goodbye. Turn on your cameras. Don't be shy. Twinkle away. And we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning, and then at the BhaktiLove reunion. All right. Oh, Jay Mayer's in the house. Wow, amazing.
Jai Jay.
All right. Jai Jay. Take care, everybody.